Lefties are waking up. They're waking up. Check this out.
Left the left a couple of weeks ago, and I would just like to apologize anyone who saw any post, comment, repost of mine that had any sort of leftist ideology and propaganda. I was so wrong. I can't even begin to explain how it feels to realize that you've been fed propaganda for years.
I can't imagine how that feels either. Genuinely can't. This year was actually my first year voting, but my whole life I've been conservative. In 2016, I wanted Trump to win. I didn't vote because I was still like in this weird place where I didn't really believe the votes counted. Like I didn't think, oh well, if I don't vote, me not voting isn't going to make much of a difference. But still highly supported Republican Party and conservatives. So I don't know what it's like to be brainwashed and come out of something. Because like even now, I highly support Trump and his administration, but Trump still pisses me off a lot. You know, I want things to be more radical. Um, so definitely not in a cult because I critique Trump a lot too.
For 32 years of my life, I have been an independent but left leaning and Democratic voter.
Wow,
I'm so sorry. I fell right into the propagandist,
it's all good.
radical, leftist craziness. Please understand that the woke mind virus is very real.
We
It's
know,
very real,
we
and it
know.
is embarrassing as hell coming out of something like that. However, I'd like to say that I am so grateful to every Republican and conservative that has been so kind to me and welcoming and forgiving. I'd also like to apologize.
We are a much more welcoming and forgiving side than the radical left, by far. I mean, it's not even a question.
To the autism parent community. I took part in
Oh no, she was probably over there just leaving gnarly comments.
the propaganda about eugenics. I
Mm-hmm.
made several cringy videos
Oh no.
about eugenics in regards to what RFK was doing and what Trump was doing. And I was so wrong. Not only was I wrong, but it is absolutely inappropriate for me to have judged any of you for wanting a cure to autism or just information about autism.
Yeah, because well, the left has people thinking like evil is good, normal, fine, and bad things are good, normal, and fine. Um, if we can find a cure to autism, that's good. But since it's Trump and RFK Jr. and them finding it, leftists are like, "There's nothing wrong with autism. Are you saying there's something wrong with my kid?" Yes, there's something wrong with your kid. That doesn't mean your kid is bad or an abomination to humanity. But yes, autism is not good.
I myself have a profoundly autistic, soon to be 7-year old. After doing my research, I understand. I understand and I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am. I've started to delete comments that I've left on some of your videos from,
Dang.
the months prior. There's just so many. My entire TikTok has been I was a leftist the entire time. Um, and so I don't know that I will be able to delete every single mistake that I have made. However, please understand that I am very sorry. I understand that I was wrong and I no longer align with any of that. I realize that this is
Can we just give this woman a round of applause for publicly admitting all of this? And she's doing it on TikTok, which is like, think about it. She's been a leftist this whole time. So, like, her whole algorithm, everyone that she's collected as followers, like, everything that she's engaged with has been left wing. And now she's posting this thing saying, "Dear MAGA, I'm sorry," and admitting to everything that she feels wrong about. and for criticizing and being hateful towards us. So I think she deserves a massive round of applause for doing that publicly on TikTok in front of the very people that are probably about to smear the living crap out of her, as they do all the time. So good on you, lady. That takes courage and just owning it, all of it publicly. That takes a lot of courage. Very brave.
It's going to cause me to lose a lot of followers.
Yep.
That's okay. I don't have that many to begin with. I've already lost my best friend over this, so you
Oh,
really can't hurt me. If you find yourself trying to criticize me or leaving hate comments,
the truth does not unite. The truth does not unite. The truth is a sword. And the people that don't want to hear truth will hate truth.
that's fine. I find yourself trying to criticize me or leaving hate comments, that's fine. I understand. I was like you. I did those things too. Also, like to apologize to this administration for being skeptical and for spreading misinformation and propaganda,
Wow.
leftist propaganda. I understand now, and I am in full support of this administration.
Heck yeah.
And I, again, am so, so, so sorry. So sorry.
Wow. Dude, wow. Father of 22-year-old Logan Federico goes nuclear on Democrat, soft on crime progressive law that allowed Alexander Dickey, a man arrested 40 times, to take the life of his daughter. Dude, 40 times? Why are people like this that are getting arrested that much and are just kind of a thorn in the side of society? Why are they still allowed to roam free?
When will y'all admit? Oh, wow, I
Never.
spilled my coffee.
Oh, coffee.
When will y'all admit that killing somebody over the words coming out of their mouth, their religious or political views, is a form of fascism?
Thank you. That is literal fascism. That is literal terrorism. If you are killing someone because of an ideology, you are a terrorist. If you support the killing of someone because of an ideology, you support terrorism. That's literally what fascists do. Meanwhile, they're calling the other side the fascists, while the fascists are actually killing the people they're claiming to be fascists who aren't fascists. Know what I mean?
Y'all are bitching about fascism constantly.
Yep.
And you cannot give us a single fucking actual example of how the right is fascist. And y'all are fucking killing people and celebrating it.
Bro, she's losing it. I love it. She's going off. Preach.
And calling us fascists. You're
Yep.
fucking retarded. That was mean. I'm autistic. I can say retarded. But that was mean. Y'all aren't retarded. You're just incredibly misguided. And I apologize for being mean. I used to.
Reel it in.
I'm loud. And I was loud for the left. I was a loud Democrat. Back in 2020, I got the COVID-19 vaccination and I said that you are evil if you don't get it. And now I have a clinical medical fucking heart condition that is an actual hindrance on my life that I did not have until after I got that fucking vaccination.
There's a lot of people out there like that now that were perfectly fine, bro. Perfectly fine before the vaccination, who are not fine now. And they did not want you talking about that.
Which technically has nothing to do with what I'm saying, but forcing people, I was forced to get the vaccine. I was going to be fired from my job. I was trying to schedule appointments that I was not allowed to schedule until I got the fucking vaccination. And forcing people to get stuff injected into their body against their consent. Oh, it's my body, my choice, until it's fucking your choice.
Pretty sure that is another form of fascism. But everyone was totally fine with that. Totally fine with it. Totally fine with it. If you didn't get the vaccine, then you were a threat to humanity. Like, dude, the brainwash is insane to me.
Guess it makes no fucking sense to me, but I fucking digress. I was supposed to stop swearing, so actually I need to relax. But like, it's fascism. It's a form of fascism.
Yeah.
Like, y'all are forcing people to conform. You are trying to force people to believe a certain way. You are trying to force people to say certain things. And you're gonna fucking kill, you're gonna freaking kill them if they don't conform. You're going to ostracize them, cut them out from your lives, convince everybody else to cut them out from their lives. You are a cult. No Republican has simply cut off people that they love from their lives because of their political views.
Nope.
Only Democrats do that. And as a former Democrat, I did that. Stop lying. I will be so much louder.
Get it, girl.
So much louder now than I was back in 2020. You don't know how loud I can get. I work at Spirit Halloween, but part-time job. I work with 4 and 5-year-olds, and they're freaking loud. They're loud. If I can get my voice above theirs, I can get my voice above yours real fast.
Dang, bro. Telling you, people are waking up and people are having enough of it, bro. It has gone on for too long. I'm still not a huge fan of Bill Maher, but Bill Maher's been pretty based lately.
Not completely wrong.
Not gonna lie.
Now, the basic problem we have in America is conservatives think the liberals are insane.
They
And
are.
they're not completely wrong. Now, I don't think most
exactly.
liberals are insane, but neither do they make it clear that.
Well, see, there's a certain kind of liberal, and then there's normal liberals. Like, my favorite person, my favorite coworker at work is liberal, but they're like normal liberal. You know what I mean? They still don't support all the insanity. You know, they didn't support a COVID mandate. They didn't support forcing people to get the vaccine. It has gotten to the point to where those liberals, the normal ones, seem like MAGA. And liberals now are like far left extremists. Like, it is like splitting everyone into very distinct groups. And it's like normal people are MAGA and fascists and Nazis, and the crazy people are trying to make themselves out to be the social justice warriors and normal people when they're not.
They disapprove of the ones who are, and their cowardice in not marginalizing their own crazies has been their downfall. I couldn't get Neil deGrasse Tyson, a genius scientist and preeminent scientific voice in the
Bro sold out. Bro sold out so fast, dude.
media, to agree that it was ridiculous for Scientific American and The Atlantic to be claiming that separating sports by sex doesn't make sense.
When you have scientists who are supposed to be basing everything off of facts, when you have scientists feeding into the delusion of a non-existent reality, you know we are in a bad place. And those people are selling their beliefs and morals for paychecks. Those are not the people you want to be in positions of not control, but positions of leadership and people who can push a mass and make a mass group of people believe something. You don't want people like that in those positions.
Yes, it does. Actually, it makes perfect sense. And it's obvious that it does. And there's a lot of stuff like that on the left. And when conservatives see it, they say, I'm sorry, we're just not going to go along with reinventing society, often pointlessly, even if we have to cancel democracy to do it. That's what they're saying.
Yep.
They see gender as only a construct and sex is assigned at birth, and they say, we're not doing that. Transing kids by self-diagnosis with no age limit, no parental notification.
Why are they all, dude? I swear, bro. Like, look at the haircut. You could spot A radical leftist from a mile away, dude.
And no acknowledgement of social contagion, not doing it. Asylum now covers any reason for anyone to come to America, not doing it.
Nah.
Homelessness is a lifestyle. Natural immunity doesn't count anymore. Whiteness is toxic. Penises in women's prisons. Welcoming the intifada. We're not doing it.
Nope.
And so, folks, if we are ever going to get back to the old America, that's got to be the Democrats' part of the bargain. Stop coming up with radically new and often terrible ideas, and then in the next breath, insist there be no debate about any of it.
Democrats need to have a baseline of reality, dude. Like, there has to be a baseline that we all agree on. You know what I mean? Like, the structure and baseline of our society, we must all agree on because it's reality. And once you start trying to, like, shift those things around, you become a very big problem.
That if you don't see it right away and go along, you're bad, stupid, and deplorable. As if you were saying, duh, 2 + 2 = 5. Isn't that obvious? Yeah, it's obvious you can't add.
There's a lot of things I disagree with Bill Maher on, but I respect the man because he's still based. Like, it's sad that I have to call him based because he's just normal and has common sense. Like, to me, he's just a normal liberal, you know? But nowadays, yeah, that's based, bro. Oh, I love me some JD Vance, bro.
First one is TikTok. This deal, the parameters are being announced. We're learning more of it as of yesterday. It sounds like a percentage, a slice of the pie will still be controlled by China. And it's my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, that the algorithm would be in the control of U.S. companies. But are you concerned that having that sliver still owned by ByteDance, which is controlled by China, might leave China a back door to that algorithm that could exploit our national security?
Please do something about them censoring conservatives. Please do something about that. If you don't, then that's going to suck.
No, I'm not worried about that because the way that we've set up this deal from a national security perspective is that it's the American investors and the American business people who will make the determination about what's actually happening with.
I hope that means that America is going to own like a vast majority of TikTok. I really do. Because that's how it's going to have to be. So I hope that the American investors are like, 90% of ownership.
TikTok. So at the end of the day, I believe that north of 80% of the company will be owned by the American investors and their partners.
Good.
This is not something where the Chinese or any Chinese entity has a large stake at the table. The board seats, there will be 7 board seats of the company. 6 of them will be controlled by the American investors and their.
Yes, dude. Yes, 6 out of the 7 seats going to be American investors. Good.
Partners. So I feel very confident that we have successfully separated this company from TikTok Global and actually made it so that we can control people's data security. We can ensure that the algorithm is not being used as a propaganda tool by a foreign government, and that fundamentally we allow people to access this tool and this application that a lot of Americans love. It was a very difficult balance to strike, but I think we've done it successfully. And of course, we're going to keep working on it, Martha. The important thing about this deal is the United States still has the ability to review the terms of the transaction and review the national security implications of the new entity, not just over the next 100 days, but over the next many years.
Good. Good, bro, because TikTok is a mess.